Hello again, everyone. Welcome back. Well, today we are reviewing the new cigar from La Gloria Cubana. This is the new Esteli, and this is the Robusto, 4.5 by 52. Now, this cigar is said to represent the best of Central America tobaccos. In the words of the makers, they say, "We named this collection in honor of the artisans of our factory in Esteli, who did a fantastic job creating the blend and bringing a deeper taste profile to the La Gloria Cubana portfolio. We are confident that fans of La Gloria Cubana will enjoy the modern flavor of Esteli and recognize the spirit of Nicaragua in this exciting new collection." Commented those comments by Steve Abbott, senior brand manager of La Gloria Cubana, in a press release. Now, the cigar features a dark wrapper from the Jalapa Valley of Nicaragua, binder from the Jamastran region of Honduras, and fillers from both La Estrada and Jamastra. The cigar is available in 3 sizes. Today's choice, the Robusto, a 4.5 by 52 cigar, a Toro 5.5 by 54, and a Gigante 6.25 by 60. Priced very reasonable. This Robusto is $4.99 suggested retail price. So let's now take a trip. We're going to the Couple San Souci Resort in Ocho Rios, Jamaica. That's where we'll be doing the review. See you there.
And just like that, we're transported to Ocho Rios, Jamaica. We're here at the Couple San Souci Resort and the Martini Bar. I'm joined here today by Mo, Larry, and Curly. Actually, it's Russ, Mark, and Larry in that order. And we're going to be reviewing, as we've already described, the La Gloria Cubana Esteli. So, gentlemen, how about let's cut the cigar? Okay. And get started. And then let's see. The test draw of mine is very good. Mm-hmm. Good job. What do you think, Larry? You want to take all day? Larry's going to punch his. Good job. All right, well, let's go ahead and light it up. All right, fellas, what do you think? I'm getting it's nice and sweet. It's a tangerine citrus in a nice amount, not a large amount, it's not hardly detectable amount, but it's a nice amount, quite a bit of leather. I've already heard leather a lot, and earthy black coffee, intermixed in all that. In the middle, you'll get hints or whiffs of raw almond. Yeah. The pepper is a black pepper, somewhere around 7. It's not overly peppery. So anything to add? That's how we start. What do you think?
Yeah, that's kind of, we all have the same opinion. So.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe a little chicory.
Chicory.
Actually,
no, like chicory coffee.
That could be the raw almonds. It's very close in flavor. So.
Actually, I don't think Larry's far off there. I can see how you could say that.
Yeah.
So that'd be your starting flavors. Let's see where we go from here.
Let's be like.
All right, we're only about an inch in at best, maybe 3/4 of an inch, and the flavors are settling down nicely. The tangerine type flavor now has gone to more of a cedar with nice brown sugar. The leather is still prominent, and the earthy coffee is still prominent, but we don't really have the almond anymore, except I'm getting it on the finish, so it must still be there. I'm getting a little bit of almond, raw almond, and cream on the finish with a little lingering black pepper. above average lingering black pepper. Now that's my thoughts. What do you guys?
I agree. The pepper has gone from maybe a 7 to an 8.
Yeah.
It's increased just a little bit.
On the front end, the 7 to 8.
No, on the finish.
On the finish, you think
Finish,
it's up?
yes.
Okay.
But the leather's still there. I agree. I can still taste the leather part of it.
Larry, any gravy notes yet?
No, not yet. Not yet. It's kind of I am getting a little bit of a like blackened taste to it. In other words, you know, if you're getting like a blackened some sort of blackened fish or whatever, like blackened fish or something like that. So I'm getting getting a little bit of that New Orleans blackened spice to this, as well. So.
All right. Well, we're going to come back here in just a couple of minutes with our first third thoughts.
But we should ask Sonia to get in the picture for a minute and introduce Larry's wife, Sonia, who's been playing the piano upstairs.
Sonia, do you want to come be on the video? Sonia's shaking her head no.
No.
We'll try to convince her, and we'll be right back. All right, we're about 20 minutes in. We're at the first third. And for me, the flavors are about like they were at the last little segment. I'm still getting... Well, hold on a minute. I would call it, for me, it started out as citrus. It changed to cedar. Now it's sort of a citrusy cedar. Brown sugar. The leather is not very intrusive. It's not very offensive. It's just a nice leather with still with the earthy black coffee. The flavors are mixing pretty well. Now this is a full bodied. It's full bodied already, and the finish is unchanged for me. Before we talk about first, third scoring, any other comments?
I think the leather and the coffee are at a nice level. They just, the leather and coffee just are there, but they don't overwhelm you. The sweetness and the citrusy flavor.
I've had cigars that do that. They're all about, matter of fact, Mark and I, we won't mention names, had one earlier this week, and it was very leathery. It was heavy in the coffee, but it had no sweetness. You know me, and I've talked about this before. I love leather and I love black coffee, but you better have something to counteract it, or you've got a boring cigar. This has sweetness. I'm going with the citrusy cedar type flavor, and the brown sugar adds a nice sweet touch.
Still a lot of pepper in the finish.
Still a lot of pepper.
Bodied.
Yep, very full body. It's not knock you down full body, but it's full body.
Yeah.
Larry, big up.
Yeah, I think mine, I'm a little bit behind you in the cigar. Mine is just now getting to the full body. It started off as a little like medium to full, and now it's like starting to come into full. But I agree with everything you said, and it really, I mean, I'm still with the Cafe de Monde coffee with peach cobbler.
This leather is I describe a lot of leather. Fresh leather, worn leather, like an old baseball mitt. This is actually a very creamy, smooth leather.
Yeah.
It's very smooth. Russ.
Like a wallet.
Yeah, when I first started off, it was like you could feel it, but as I started smoking it, it settled down, and I still taste the leather, but the coffee and everything is starting to pop out more, and I'm starting to enjoy the cigar a lot more.
I don't know whether you can tell, but we're sweating profusely. And I intentionally picked a short cigar because here in Jamaica, it's about 90 degrees, but it's a very intense Caribbean sun. So for the first third, I'm actually going to change what I told you more. I'm going to start off the scoring at 89. It's good. I would like a little more sweetness, but the flavors are good. And if they keep going like they were from the first beginning to now, I think we can move up. But I think we're looking at an 89 or a 90 here, but I'm going to start it off at 89. So let's keep going. The second third will be right about the top of the La Gloria Cubana band, but we'll be back. All right, we're here at the end of the second third, and the flavors are blending very nicely. It's a very good, it's about an even distribution. Front end flavors, a citrusy cedar, emphasis on the citrus. You'll get a little more citrus than you do cedar. A creamy leather, and I'm not sure if the creaminess is from nutmeg because I don't really taste nutmeg, but be that as it may, it's a creamy leather, brown sugar, still that black coffee, not quite as earthy, but a little earthy black coffee. I thought a few minutes ago I was getting a little tingling of cinnamon, and if it is, it's faint. Finish is pretty much unchanged. I get a little bit of citrus on the finish, but not a lot. What were you saying about the black pepper? Was it up for anybody or about the same?
I think it's gone back down a little bit, maybe to a 7, especially on the finish. It's dropped off, and it's much more blended. Everything is at a right level. There's
Even?
nothing that's jumping out. Even nothing's jumping out and overwhelming the cigar. So
now the sweetness for me has improved the cigar, and the blended aspects, the evenly distributed aspects, is made it a little better. I would actually bump it up to a 90, but very full body. And I don't know whether it's because I'm here in the sun or what, but you can feel the La Hero is definitely a full-bodied cigar. Larry or Russ, any other comments for this segment?
Yeah, I think that the fullness of it has wavered for me just a little bit and stuff. I still would call it full body. It would, I'm trying to come up with I think that you're right. Nothing jumps out at you off of the cigar as far as a flavor. It all kind of condenses in there, and I tell you what it reminds me of. It kind of reminds me of a steak at the hunting camp, where you get it and you cook it and stuff, and it's charred maybe just a little bit, but all that flavor and stuff kind of comes in there together on this, and that's kind of what the way I kind of get
it. And for this type of cigar, I think that's a good thing. I think that's a good thing because you don't want too much heavy leather, too much heavy coffee. We're at a pretty much even across the board.
Yeah, I think the cigar to me has improved because it's more even. It's more a blend of flavors, and although it's full bodied, it's kind of mellowed out a little bit, but still full bodied. I can feel the Ladero.
Yeah, if I was going to describe this in one word, it would be Kingsford.
Kingsford.
Yeah.
Leave it to Larry. Russ, anything before we?
And I agree. When I first started smoking, I'm not like a full body cigar guy, but this is one of the better full bodies that I could smoke. I like the model style, but as we started smoking it, it started mellowing out, and all the taste started coming in. And it's a good cigar. And my taste is that something that I can sit down and finish this cigar without, not deviating from the cigar. But in my eyes, this is a good full body cigar that coming from somebody that's not really a full body cigar person, but I really enjoyed this cigar.
All right, so there you have our thoughts on the second third. We'll be back to wrap it up here shortly. All right, we're down to the end. At least I am. So let's wrap it up. All right, the final third, it was a little odd, but it happens. I lost a little bit. I lost a lot of the leather notes. They're there, but they're greatly decreased. The black coffee is there. It's average amount. The citrusy cedar has been decreased, and the brown sugar is greatly decreased, but it's still there. The cigar is no longer in balance. The leather is really taking a nosedive, and the cigar lost some of its appeal. The midpoint really was the high point. The finish still has some of that citrus on it. Quite a bit of lingering black pepper. I like that.
Yep.
And the finish now actually is.
I get a little more sweetness in the finish.
It is the citrus, yeah, citrus. A little leathery cream and a lot of lingering black pepper. Very full bodied still. That's not going to change. With the decrease in the sweetness, though, and it was obvious, and we all pretty much noticed that, I'm going to drop that score, the final third score, to an 88, which is going to give an overall score, averaging it out to 89 where we started. So it's not a bad cigar. It's not great, but I could smoke it again, and I like the size for this power. It's a nice power packed cigar in a short time frame. Closing thoughts from the group.
I agree. I like the size. If this were a Churchill, you'd have to carry me out because it's that full body. So this is a good size. You can smoke it and enjoy the fullness of it, but it's not going to leave you flat on the ground.
Lying down, yeah. And you get about an hour out of it, as you can see from time. So that's not bad. You full-bodied people that like these flavors I described, you would really probably like this cigar. It's not a bad offering from La Gloria Cubana, and I can get a lot of Nicaraguan-esque qualities out of it, but it's a solid 89 for me. Larry and Russ.
Well, I think that one thing about this cigar is, and because I'm getting down there towards the end, it has not gotten harsh on me. No. It has not gotten harsh on me at all, in which I don't like that. I think that it's people play golf. It's a good cigar. It's not going to get you lightheaded, maybe because of the size of it, even though it's a full-bodied cigar. I thought it was a good cigar.
I agree. A big good golf cigar.
Yeah.
Because you're not smoking it constantly. You're coming back to the cart, and that, to me, that would be a real thing in its favor.
Yeah. And myself, it's like I'm not a full body type of cigar guy, but this one right here, it was a good cigar. I was able to finish it. It didn't really make me feel bad. It didn't knock me out or anything else like that. So for people that don't like full body cigars, I think this one, even though it's a full body, it's something that they will enjoy. And I agree with you. It's something that I enjoyed throughout. Tim, you said halfway through that you had the best taste, and I think that's when I enjoyed the cigar the most. Towards the end, I started getting more sweetness than anything, which is good for people that don't like full body cigars. They can still enjoy it all the way to the end.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that another thing is that it has changed a little bit toward the end and stuff. And I'm gonna come off the Kingsford at this point in time and say it's more like country fried steak. A little bit more of a,
Well, there you have it. There, the new La Gloria Cubana Esteli Robusto, 89, and I'd like to thank couple San Souci and we're here in the Martini Bar for their allowing us to use this part of the resort. Great resort, highly recommended. We've been here now 6 times, and number 7 scheduled for next year. But until next time, I appreciate you viewing the new La Gloria Cubana Esteli Robusto 89.